madyag, hindi natitinag sa bawat hamon ng mundo. Katotohanan ang aking aramas, di ako magpapatalo. Teacher mag-reacts, galing sa kasinungalingan. Sa bawat salita, bumubulusok ang katotohanan. Walang palusot, walang takas sa mali. Ako'y revolusyonaryo sa harap ng mga salbahe.
Yon, welcome back sa Teacher Mark Reacts. Anong pag-uusapan natin? Ito na-topic na ni Kayo kanina. Tapos may sinabi siya kasi dito na about doon sa $20,000 na fiasco with Gloria. Okay, so pakinggan muna natin and then let's tackle it, no?
You mentioned the SALN where of course public officials reveal or state just how much they're worth. Now you, in 2014, you are the 9th richest politician in the Philippines.
Yung ngiti, ngiting tagumpay. Now, makikita nyo rin dito na parang it all interconnects doon sa sinabi ni VP Sara. Okay? Na siya yung nandun sa may lutuan. Okay?
With declared assets of 474 million pesos and zero liabilities. How did you get this rich?
Okay, ano ba yung meaning ng zero liabilities? Okay? Sabi ka rin si Rito, kapag zero liabilities ka sa iyong SALN, ibig sabihin, no? Minsan, individual doesn't not have declared financial obligation or debts. Okay? Wala kang utang kahit kanino. Okay? This indicates that they do not owe any loans. Okay? Mortgages, credit card balances, or any other form of financial liabilities. Okay? Kumbaga, malinis ka. Okay? You cash everything. Pero, ito ang tanong ko. Kasi, if you are running a business, okay? Kapag ikaw, may mga malalaking business, you cannot do this Zero liabilities? Malulugi. Malulugi ka nun. Okay? Hindi yun efficient kasi sa pagpapatakbo ng negosyo na everything is zero liabilities. Okay? Lalo na, marami siyang negosyo So, ibig sabihin, ito, pag bumili ka ng stocks mo, cash lahat. Okay? Kung ilan yung budget mo, yun lang yun. Bawal kang mag-over doon. Okay? Bawal kang humiram. Hindi siya humihiram doon sa mga suppliers niya ng kung ano-ano. Okay? Nakabase lang lahat doon sa cash na meron ka. Di ba mahirap yun? Di ka malulugi. Ito.
Well, I was a lawyer before I became a congressman. I still am. And I was in the corporate world. I was able to rise up the ranks of some corporate boards. I even ended up becoming the chairman of Equitable Banking Corporation and the chairman of Banking Corporation, the oldest mining.
Imagine that. Equitable Bank sa kanya. Benggit. Pero ito kasi ang tanong dyan, no? Kasi sinasabi nila, once you become a public official, no, kailangan mong mag-divest doon sa mga businesses mo. Okay? You need to divest. Pero dito parang he is so proud na akin to, akin yan, meron pa ako doon sa kabila, at tapos yung nakikita mo doon, akin din yon. Okay? Yung sundalo, okay? Yung kadete, pinarusahan nyo because of RA 6713. Tapos kayo, nandyan sa harap namin, mas applicable sa inyo yun. Hindi ba pagiging double standard naman?
Corporation in the Philippines, and we were behind some of the biggest mergers in the country. So, well,
Mergers, Okada, di ba? Oh. He was behind the biggest mergers.
we were very lucky and fortunate to make the right investments and decisions then.
Yeah. Who
Plus heavy luggage. Ay, sorry. Sorry, hindi galing sa akin yun. Galing kay Sas yung heavy luggage na yun.
has zero liabilities in government? Only you. All right, okay.
I'm old-fashioned. My father never wanted.
Diba? Walang ganun. If you own many companies, okay? So many companies, dude, walang ganun. Zero liabilities. Diba? Siguro kung ikaw walang business, 'di ba? Normal na mamamayan, nanalo ka sa loto, ganon, oh. Zero liabilities. Pero hindi pa rin eh.
To have utang.
Okay. Now, speaking of your father, I know he's passed away, but at one point he was recognized by Forbes as the 30th richest man in the Philippines with a net worth of 3.3 billion pesos. Would you agree to that?
Well, I guess that's per their records, and I don't know how they come to that. But then again, I'm not going to contest anything because that's what they put out.
Now, would you consider your father a Marcos crony or someone who has benefited from the dictatorship or leadership of Marcos, him being the brother of Imelda Marcos?
He wasn't a crony. He was the brother-in-law of President Marcos. He was a governor for about 20 years, and he
But
served
where
as
would he get 3.3 billion? I mean, in net worth.
I agree, 'di ba? Paano ka magkakaroon ng 3.3 billion? Ako, normal na citizen ako. I wasn't part of the crony. Tapos bigla akong nagkaroon ng 3.3 billion. Siyempre mapapatanong ka, saan mo kinuha yung pera? Saan galing yung pera mo? Diba? And maraming kasing mga sinasabi, no, na they obtained their money and the shares, no, of Meralco from fraudulent means. Yun yung sinasabi nila, okay? Base dun sa mga news.
Where would someone in government get 3.3 billion?
I guess he had some investments as well. I was much younger then,
Okay.
so I didn't know his business transactions. But
Teka. During those times, okay, panahon ni Apo Lakay, okay? Dude, 3 billion worth of assets. Ibang usapan yun. Okay, ibang usapan. Before, alam naman natin, long before, siyempre kapag ganyan yung pera mo, talagang bilyonaryo ka. Like, nandun ka sa rurok eh. Bilyon yung pera mo eh. Diba? Mas lalo siguro ngayon. Pero ang tanong dyan, eto kasi, his father is worth billions. Okay. Billions lang siya. Tapos nagbigay pa siya ng donation worth 100 something million sa Harvard. So how? Nagbenta ka ng assets, gano'n? Tapos out of your good kindness of your heart, dinonate mo sa Harvard?
then again, there have been cases, and all of these cases revolving the PCG and the anti-graft, most of them already been dismissed, particularly the anti-graft cases. So the records speak for themselves, and I guess Forbes wouldn't come out with those figures if they were derived from spurious sources.
Do you think
Alam naman natin that those who are in power control the news. Okay? Alam naman natin 'yon. Like you, 'di ba? You have control over inquirer, 'di ba? And right now, syempre, o yan, yung drug din sa Malacanang Complex, napakatahimik. 'Di ba? Rafi Tulfo, walang maski walang singaw tungkol dun sa mga sinasampahan niya ng kaso. So, just because the news is there, no, it doesn't really mean that it is true. Because sometimes, no, there's no fact checking happen or happening.
Any of your father's wealth was illegally acquired?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so. All right, since you mentioned the PCGG, I'm gonna go on to read this. In 1986, after Marcos fled, the PCGG listed at least 61 corporations where your father was said to have acquired shares illegally. Now, you may be asking, this is the same Bongbong Marcos question.
Okay.
Why are you asking Bongbong Marcos about issues related to his father? Well, of course, because when you get into a national post, decisions you make, this is what the taxpayer believes, eventually affect, of course, your whole family.
Yes.
All right? So I want to ask you, all right, Benguet Corporation was mentioned, First Philippine Holdings, Mantrade then, part of Meralco, Shell, PCI Bank, among
Shield din, tapos PCI Bank, gagi. Iba rin, tapos zero liability? How? Gagi, patulong tayo sa kanya, no? Paturo tayo sa kanya on how to do business with zero liability. Okay? Maganda sigurong matutunan sa kanya yun, no? Wala kang, nagnegosyo ka pero wala kang utang, maski Okay?
others. So, if I were going to ask you today, your brother, you had mentioned, is still a shareholder of Benguet Corp.
Yes, he's a member of the board. Yeah,
Okay.
members of the board.
How did your family get into Benguet Corp?
Well, I believe these were investments made earlier on. And as I said, if there were any criticisms or accusations with respects to the provenance of these assets, they were all basically dismissed and they were cleared. So everything's good.
All right. So,
It's good. It's all good in the hood daw. Ay, sorry.
you know, during the time of Marcos and even Cory Aquino, the Romualdeses, in a sense, were low-key in terms of national public service. Now that you're getting into the national limelight, are you prepared for all these documents and accusations to be dug up once again? I mean, it's not easy being a Romualdez in public office.
Well, what is? Nothing in life is really that easy. But then, of course, we're ready because there's nothing to hide.
We're ready, syempre. Never. We're ready because if they are putting up news out there, all you need to do is get a lots of vloggers, okay? Get a lot of vlogger and then you can use them to create the narrative or direct the narrative. Simple, di ba? How can you battle a news by creating a news different from that news?
We're very transparent about it. And I'm for the FOI. I'm all for presenting my statements of assets and liabilities to the public. We were actually one of the first to do that in the 14th Congress. And so we're ready for it. And
So panahon ngayon, nakaka-BS na yan eh. I'm for FOI, I can show everything, my salin, everything. Nakaka-BS na yan. Yung financial statement nga ng Rafi Tulfo in Action Foundation akala mo parang walang tinatanggap na ayuda. Sorry. Akala mo walang donation na natatanggap eh. Walang empleyado, walang donation, walang maski partida. Pero ang laki, sa kanila daw yung YouTube channel. Oh, di ba? So, it's BS, no? You can always, pagdating naman sa inyo, you can always declare it like, ito na lang. Oh.
And this is, as they say, par for the course. When you put yourself here in the national consciousness, then obviously you should be ready for all the criticisms and whatever accusations, and you've got to discharge yourself accordingly. And we've got nothing to hide, so we put ourselves there.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're here for a higher purpose, and that's to bring back, as I say, malasakit to the government. And we have
Trapong-trapo, di ba? We're here to bring back malasakit to the government. Trapong-trapo, gagi.
a duty, we have a job to help our region. It's very, very easy to retreat back into the private sector, to be anonymous, and just to do your own thing.
But the problem is, the money in the private sector is lesser than the money that you can insert.
But I cannot turn my back on the people in our region who suffered so much and who need so much more help. I can only do so much from my private sector position, but I think I can do so much more. As a senator, the most important role is legislation. And Karen, the most important piece of legislation is the budget.
Sa lahat ng ile-legislate mo, the budget. No wonder sinasabi ni VP Sara na sila naman yung may control eh. 'Di ba nung budget? Now it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. Bakit sinasabi ni VP Sara na sila naman yung may control niyang budget? Because here is very adamant na the budget. Diba? Sabi rito, mayaman ba talaga mga Romualdez sa mga simulat mula pa? Katulad ng mga Ayala, Cuangco, Aboitiz, mga Zobel. Ano pa ba ang pinagmulan ng yaman ng mga ito? Nakaka-curious kasi. Alam naman, panahon ni Marcos, panahon ni Cory, alam nyo na yan, di ba? Alam nyo na yan.
Legislation. And Karen, the most important piece of legislation is the budget.
Okay.
Diba? It's weird. He is too focused with the legislation, which is the budget. Hindi ba the legislation to create more security, food security for Filipino people, para sa pagkain, di ba? O kaya magle-legislate ako para sa mga pobreng mahihirap nating kapuspalad. But sa kanya, I will legislate a law for the budget. Very straight, no? For the budget.
Okay, before we go to the budget, I'm going to finish this part first.
Sure.
And then we're going to move on to issues, the budget, your advocacy. Do you remember when you first got into the national consciousness?
My goodness.
I
You
remember.
should tell me.
I remember. You first got into the national consciousness as Martin Romualdez, as Congressman Martin Romualdez, when you were named. This could bring back bad memories. As the host of President Arroyo's dinner in La Cirque.
Okay.
Okay. So, bakit si Gloria? Okay, punta tayo rito. I asked ChatGPT, ano bang kinalaman ni Gloria at ni Martin? Okay. Si Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo at Martin Romualdez ay related by family ties. Kasi si Martin, pamangkin ni Gloria Arroyo. Okay? Ngayon, yung a former president is the sister, okay? Kapatid nung nanay ni Martin. Kaya siya auntie ni Martin. Okay? Ngayon, when it comes to the La Cirque issue, okay, ito. During 2009 to, okay? $20,000 or humigit ko mo lang, no, ayan, or sakto naman 960,000 pesos ang ginastos. Okay? Alam naman natin sa panahong 'yon, syempre maraming naghihirap, 'di ba? Pero na-criticize si Gloria kasi nga naghihirap ang bansa natin. 'Di ba? Titaglo. 960,000 pesos. Okay? Naghihirap that time yung mga tao. Tapos, criticize siya kasi nga, teka, ang mahal nung ginastos mo. Okay? Saan ba yun? Ito. Dito na lang, mas malinaw. Ano ba yung mga pinagkagastusan nila? Ito. Oh. A copy of Mrs. Arroyo's tab, which has been posted in several blogs, showed her ordering 11 bottles of Krug champagne, price at $510 per bottle. The entourage also feasted on Estrella caviar. Okay, 1,400 for 5 ounces. Gano'ng karaming caviar yung kinain nila? Oh, a chef tasting menu or wine paired with the dish. 450 or 4,500 rather. 4,500 for 25 orders. And a 3-course chef's seasonal menu of 1,450 for 25 orders. Oh, si Binay pa pala nandito eh. Oh. Binay said the amount is enough to provide 3 square meals to 2,956 families living on poverty threshold. If you consider that an average family has 6 members, the 960,000 pesos would have fed 18,000 Filipinos for one day, he said. Okay? Pero kasi ang sinabi rito, no, it was not paid using government taxes. Sino ang nagbayad? Okay? Nandito. Ito. Malacanang confirmed that Mrs. Arroyo and gentleman Jose Miguel Arroyo wined and dined at the famous Le Cirque restaurant in New York City during her working visit to the United States last week, but stressed that it was upon the invitation of late Representative Martin Romualdez who footed the bill or paid the bill. Gagi. Yari pa sa ginto yung ano nyo, yung ginamit. Yari ba sa ginto yung ginamit nilang ginamit nilang kubiertos? Partida guys 2009, hindi pa uso dyan yung yung mga gold sheet. Yung mga nilalagay-lagay mong parang gold. 'Di ba? Pero ini-sponsor ni Kuya Mark. Okay, kulang-kulang 1 milyon lang naman. Okay? Yung gold foil, wag mong sabihin yung foil kasi medyo yung foil eh. Baka may lumitaw dyan na kalbo. Ay, sorry. 906, almost 1M, isang kainan lang, gagi. Pwede ko nang pakainin yung buong barangay ko nun eh. 960,000? Diba? Oh, i-ano ba niya? I-deny ba niya?
Okay.
Where you allegedly paid $20,000 for dinner.
Okay.
Did you pay $20,000 for dinner?
No, I didn't pay.
No. Ang daming mga pahayagan, 'di ba? Even US, based newspapers saying that you paid for it. If sinabi mo, no, I did not pay for it, then si Gloria yung nagbayad. It's either of you two, 'di ba? Kasi kayo yung nandun eh. Gloria is telling na ikaw yung nagbayad. Tapos you're telling na no.
For a $20,000 dinner, and I think that's all I can say about that.
You didn't pay for that, but then if you look at the old articles, is Malacanang had said you hosted and paid for it.
I can't say I have because I didn't.
So who paid for that dinner? Because
really
if
don't
you
know.
Google
Gagi. Hindi. Ayaw niyang sagutin kasi maku-corner siya dun eh. Kasi it's too lavish. Okay? Ang sagot niya na lang, I really don't know. Sir, close na din na bankrupt na, sabi rito. It's all over the news. Tapos, I don't know. Who paid for it? Diba? Oh my goodness.
Martin Romualdez and Lesurk, it will say that you paid for that dinner. I mean it.
Well-
So you didn't pay for it.
No.
You're on the record, huh?
Yes.
You're
yes.
on air.
I'm on air. I don't even know how much that dinner was. I was there, but I didn't pay for it.
So who paid for the dinner?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for it.
But didn't you stand up for that dinner at one point? When GMA was being hit, didn't you come out in an interview and say you hosted it? Never.
No.
You never did.
No.
my mind as soon as it
Sir,
left my mouth.
that's
But a lot
You mentioned the
ang
Sal and where
dami. Ang dami actually. Ayan o, isa yan, GMA. O, GMA din to pala to. O. Pero you're may ano nga rito, you know, copy of Mrs. Arroyo's tab. Lesert, di ba? Meron ba? Wala eh. Wala. Maybe we can research, no? It's not about the truth. It is about what you can prove. Patunay na makakalimutin ng mga kongreso. Baka naman hindi siya nagbayad. Kung hindi siya yung nagbayad, ibig sabihin si GMA yung nagbayad. 'Di ba? Ganun lang yun eh. Imagine you if siya nga yung nagbayad, you shed out 1 million just for a dinner. Oh my goodness. Kaya mandikit mandikit yung mga vloggers sa'yo, di ba? Kasi you can easily shed it out eh. Di ba? Shoutout kay Boss Toyo, kay Makagago, kay Nico David, kay Ato. Oh, basta shoutout sa mga yon. Kay kay Lakas Tama daw yun eh, di ba? Yan yung kasabihan. Oh. Magkapitpitan man ng walang aamin, di ba? Well, anyway, no? Tapusin na muna natin dyan. Up next natin yung kay Paulo Duterte, no? Maraming salamat sa panonood and I'll see you sa next live. This is Teacher Mark. Out. Bye-bye, guys.
Sa bawat komento, ang boses ko'y matatak. Katotohanan ang gabay sa harap ng mga malalakit. Walang kinikilingan, tapat sa bawat salita. Teacher Mark reacts, naghahatid ng wagas na talakayan. Walang bahid, walang bias, ang katotohanan ay aking armas. Sa bawat issue, ako'y laging nandyan. Critical thinking, sa puso, isip ay laging bitbit. Teacher Mark reacts, para sa bayan, walang kinikilingan. Bawat reaksyon may tapang at alam.